Welcome back to the Just Grillin Outdoor Living channel. I'm Sam. In today's video, I'm going to help you find the right Kamado Joe ceramic grill for you. Understanding the Kamado Joe ceramic grill line is pretty simple for a guy like me. I've dealt with these grills for a long time. I know all the ins and outs. But when our clients come to us, they've kind of know about these grills, but not really. They've tasted food on them, they've seen them, but understanding the grill line, especially with how many different grills there are in this line, it's confusing. If you hang with me through this video, I'm gonna make it super easy for you. So let's set some expectations. The focus of this video is understanding the differences in these grills. It's not gonna be about cooking. If you wanna know how to cook on these grills, we have a great video on our channel, so after watching this one, go ahead and check that video out. I'm also not gonna be touching on pricing. For the latest up-to-date pricing, head to our website, justgrillinflorida.com. If I don't cover something that you still have a question on at the very end of it, just leave a comment below and I'll be sure to answer that for you. Let's get started. Kamado Joe has 3 lines within the ceramic grill lineup. There's the first generation, the second generation, and the third generation. Between those 3 lines, all of them are available in 2 sizes, Classic or Big Joe. You can tell which generation it is by the Roman numeral at the end of the model name. As you move up the models, your cooking experience gets better, as well as the features too. If you're considering buying a Kamado Joe, I highly recommend going to a local store to see these grills firsthand before buying. Whether that store is us or whoever is local to your area, I know it's gonna mean a lot to them if you stop in to learn more about these grills. It's easy to find a local retailer. Go to Kamado Joe's website, kamadojoe.com, and locate the Find a Dealer page and just search by zip code. Even if the small business stuff doesn't matter to you, it's still worthwhile to shop locally. And that's because it's gonna reduce your chances of getting a broken grill. I'm not knocking freight workers, but we're seeing damage at all-time highs. That's why at Just Grillin Outdoor Living, we thoroughly vet all of our shipments when they come in to make sure our clients are getting something in great condition. Our team is expertly trained to make sure what we receive is in good shape for our clients. Your local shop should make it easy and have delivery and assembly options. I've built plenty of these grills for clients, and I myself would pay for assembly knowing what I know. And factoring everything in, let a local company handle all of the logistics to make your new grill arrival day an exciting day. Now let's get into dissecting the different models and the sizes of these grills. And starting with the sizes, it's pretty simple. There's the Classic and the Big Joe. There is a third one, the Joe Jr., but we're gonna touch on that much later in the video. The only thing you need to remember is that the difference between the Classic and Big Joe is the diameter across the cooking surface. The grill features are gonna be consistent between the same generation models. The Classic will be 18 inches across, and the Big Joe is 24 inches across. Cooking space is a premium on these grills, and it's not something many clients value until they own one of these grills. I think the Big Joe is best for someone that values having extra cooking space, plans to do more smoking than grilling, and host parties or cookouts at least once a month. I think the Classic size is best if you occasionally smoke foods, but are gonna be grilling most of the time, and typically don't need the extra cook space. I understand budget is a big concern when shopping for these grills, as well as the patio space at your house to put the grill. But you need to think of these grills as a 10-year minimum purchase. This is a long-term commitment. So when you break down the overall cost over a 10-year period per year, it's very minimal. So now let's get into breaking down the differences in the features of the grill. One thing you're gonna notice is that each generation grill builds upon the previous generation with more features, and that's where the good, better, best adage comes from. The first generation Kamado Joe is the original. This is what started Kamado Joe. The second and third generation grills are what pushed Kamado Joe to being the top brand in Kamado style grilling. The first generation grills do introduce the amp firebox. The firebox is where your charcoal hangs out and is lit. This means it's under intense heat constantly. So rather than using a single ceramic piece Like other high-end Kamado grills, a Kamado Joe uses multiple pieces, which reduces the chances of it cracking. Kamado Joe also introduced the 2-tier half-moon cooking system with this grill. This feature lets you cook directly and indirectly at the same time. The first-gen grills also feature a slide-out ash drawer. This makes cleanup and startup much easier. Other components of the grill include a basic lid hinge, a standard felt gasket, 2 half-moon ceramic deflector plates for smoking, 2 plastic side shelves, and a cast iron top vent daisy wheel. Going up a peg in the lineup is now the second generation of grills. And this is the generation of grills that really propelled Kamado Joe into being a household name in this grill category. So the first major upgraded feature is the airlift hinge. This makes it so easy to effortlessly lift the lid. You can put it halfway and it's gonna stay in place. So another nice feature of the airlift hinge is that it opens vertically more than other ceramic grills. Most ceramic grills, you get about that much vertical. This, all the way open, makes it easy, load, unload, and refuel. The second generation grills are gonna come with a stronger and thicker gasket. You'll see it on the dome and the base. When these two are sealed together, it's gonna create a much more tighter seal than the felt gasket on the first generations. And what that's gonna mean is tastier food, because more smoke is staying inside the grill. Burping these grills, if you're not familiar, is vital. When you're cooking at a high heat, you have to burp your grill, otherwise you're gonna need new eyebrows. When you open the grill and just fling the lid open, flames are just gonna rush up. So this latch, doubling as a safety feature, when you release it, burps your grill if you wait 2 seconds, allowing you to lift the lid up, and you get to keep your eyebrows. The second generation grills are a great option if you're looking for an elevated cooking experience from the first generation models. So let's move on to the third generation grills. This is the most recent release in the Kamado Joe lineup. Kamado Joe made the third generation grills taller and deeper, and they did this for 2 reasons. One, is to be able to fit all the included accessories, but you also get 3-tier cooking. The big feature and innovation with these grills is the introduction of the slow roller. We have a great video on our channel explaining what the slow roller is, so make sure you check that video out after this one. This is an accessory upgrade for better results when smoking. You can use this accessory to get more evenly distributed, consistent temperatures across the cooking grates and infuse your food with more tasty, smoky charcoal flavor. To touch on the charcoal basket, this helps make cleanup easier by simply removing the basket to shake out your ash rather than stirring and pulling out multiple loads from your lower draft door. The basket's also going to help with better heat flow management because it lets more air through the grill. The next noticeable upgrade on the third generations is the grill cart. With a new exclusive design for the third generation grills, you now have a lower shelf storage underneath the grill. The last upgraded feature on the third generation grills is the side shelf material. With the third generation grills, you get aluminum powder coated side shelves. The first and second gen, you get a hard plastic. The benefit of the metal shelves on the third generation, you can put hot items on it and it's not gonna melt. Can't say the same for the plastic. Now let's talk about the Joe Junior. The Joe Junior mostly resembles a first generation grill. It's going to have the same type of daisy wheel and a basic hinge. It's a 1-tier grill with a solid heat diffuser plate. There is no slide out ash drawer with this model. While certainly usable for smoking select foods, this grill is primarily purchased for quick weeknight grilling where you want to cook with charcoal and aren't going to be cooking for a lot of people. It's also portable, so that's another reason why it's an attractive option. The Junior is not typically purchased as a primary grill, and that's why I've kept it separate in this entire discussion. That's everything you need to know about the different Kamado Joe grills. So now let's quickly make sense of everything I've covered up to this point. If you want the best experience and best results, or you just prefer top of the line, the third generation grills is the way to go. It's gonna give you way better results than the first and second generation grills, and you're gonna enjoy using this one much more. Now, if the third generation is out of budget, I recommend going with the second generation due to the features. The first generation, it's something that Kamado Joe is gonna moonlight at some point, and it just doesn't have as many of those features that make a Kamado Joe and why people get these grills. So that's why I recommend the 3rd generation. It's the newest, but it's gonna be here to stay the longest. If I didn't answer a question you have, leave it in the comments below. I'll be sure to answer it for you. If you're in the Tampa, Florida area, make sure you come see us in our designer showroom, or you can check us out online at justgrillinflorida.com. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel as well. It helps us out a ton and helps us make more videos just like this. And when you subscribe, you'll get notified about more videos like this. Another way you can show your appreciation by purchasing a super thanks. Thanks for watching. We'll see you soon.